The crypto bulls are alive and well. We are seeing 6.5% returns on the last 7 days for Bitcoin and double-digit returns for many large cap altcoins, including Ethereum, Cardano, and several others. And although we discuss mostly altcoins on this channel, of course, altcoin price action is very dependent on Bitcoin price action, so it's worthy to do an analysis of the Bitcoin price action. Now, we are seeing a clear breakout of this long-standing resistance line. I'll be talking about that, as well as a breakout of this box zone, which we have been annoyingly stuck in for the past month. These are very good signs. However, there is one bearish sign which you must be aware of, which I will tell you about. Stick around until the end of the video for that, as well as for my prediction for which range the price will be for Bitcoin over the coming weeks. Welcome to the channel. My name is Frank and this is Altcoin Buzz. We are a crypto investment research company and we provide you with technical as well as fundamental analysis, but we are not financial advisors. So please be aware that when you trade, there are risks involved and there is the potential of losing a lot of money. Okay, so as I mentioned, we have this long-standing resistance line which formed at the beginning of this whole bear market. Back in the beginning of November, this line formed when we actually reached the end of March 2022. And now, as you can see, we had a break out of it. We actually had a candle which had a wick which came down below it and then came right back up, which is a very, very bullish sign when you see that happen at a notable price point, such as this resistance line, which now turned to support. And not only that, but we were trading within this box zone ever since Thursday, 15th of September. We found resistance twice at the top of this box. We found support twice at the bottom of this box. Now we have finally broken out of it. Now, whether or not we are in an uptrend on the daily time frame is somewhat subjective. Technically, we have not yet created a higher low since we started this move up on the 21st of October, but technical analysis is just as much art as it is science. And as you can see, we do have a general upward price action as demonstrated by this diagonal channel. So I do believe that we will stay within this diagonal channel over the coming days, and therefore that the uptrend will continue and that we will form a higher low over here. Now we are here on BTC USD on Bitstamp. I wanted to have a clean chart to show you the most important price action, but we're going to go ahead and look at the support levels for those of you who are interested in entering a trade, because just because we are seeing bullish price action, it doesn't mean you want to jump into a trade. So I'm going to show you where I think would be an interesting place to enter. And for that, we're going to go down to the 4-hour time frame here. And as you can see, we have this double top, and double tops often act as support once they have been resistance in the past, and that is the $19,669 level. I think that would be a very interesting point to enter a long trade for Bitcoin, or potentially to enter a long grid, which is a feature which Binance offered a couple months ago. I covered a video about that. It is a very, very awesome and profitable strategy to use. And I'm personally doing a lot of grid trading myself. So if we reach that price level, I will personally be entering a grid trade. But in any case, that is the first support level. The next major support level going to the daily time frame is the $19,046 level. You can see that not 1, 2, 3, but a total of 4 times that we found support at this level in terms of the daily closes. So if we come down to this level, it will be interesting to see if we find support there. However, I think it's relatively unlikely that we even come down to that level. But that being said, the final support level to be watching is the $18,184 level. But as I mentioned, these are support levels in the sense that they have acted as support in the past, but because we have found support so many times at these levels, it actually becomes less likely that we find support the next time we reach these levels. It's just worthy to note to give perspective on this market structure. And before I give you my price prediction for where I think Bitcoin will be over the coming days and weeks, I'll tell you what the resistance levels are. So coming down again to the 4-hour time frame, we see the $21,008 level is the previous 4-hour high. And on the weekly time frame, we can see that the next resistance level is the $22,799 level. That was a previous pivot point over here. And the pivot point before that was at approximately the $25,000 level. So feel free to pause the video here to look at the support and resistance levels to be watching here. But let me know down in the comments section below, do you think that we have started a new uptrend on the weekly time frame? Do you think this is the end of the bear market? Or do you think that we have yet to prove ourselves in terms of creating an uptrend on the weekly time frame? So I mentioned at the beginning of the video that there is a bearish sign, and that comes in the form of a lower high here on the MFI, on the money flow index, otherwise known as the volume weighted RSI. And as I mentioned, we have a lower high over there, but we have a higher high on price, a classic bearish divergence. However, this doesn't mean that the price is just going to tank like crazy. Usually these divergences only are significant over the coming 2 or 3 periods. And as we've already seen, one bearish candle and another one forming, I don't think this implies that we will see much more than another 1 or 2 bearish candles. Okay, so now I'm going to tell you what I think is the most likely scenario that Bitcoin will have over the coming days and weeks. As I mentioned, we have this diagonal channel. There is a good chance, a very good chance, I think, that we find support here. I would imagine there's about 70% probability that we don't break, that we don't have a candle close below this parallel channel. But if we want to go with, let's say, about a 90% certainty, well, that's actually pretty high. Let's say we want to go with about a 75 to 80% probability of where the price will be over the coming days and weeks. I would say that this box is the most likely. And that is because we have this bottom of this box zone over here, which we may come down to and find support. Although we've broken out of this box, we have come right back into it. So it's maybe not the best of signs, but because we have volume which is above the average, because we've broken out of this diagonal channel, because we at least had one candle clearly close above this box, this previous zone that we were in for the past month and a half. Because of all of these factors, I think that it's more in favor of the bulls. And as mentioned, the most notable resistance is the $25,000 level. And so I think it's very likely that we will be trading within this range. And as mentioned, if you are looking for a potential long, I think the most interesting level is the $19,669 level, should we come down to that level. All right, guys, that's been it from me for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. Feel free to like the video if you liked it. Smash that like button, and if you enjoyed this content, then feel free to subscribe. We post about fundamental analysis, crypto news, technical analysis, and more. So subscribe to the channel to get notified of all of that good stuff. And with that being said, I'll see you in the next one.